ora from Aotearoa, New Zealand. My name is Lokura Kingisaya, Priestess of Mu, and my role is to step up and help enhance, activate and alchemize people's lives so that they can be the best versions of themselves. In my last video, I talked about the warrior archetype and the importance of self-love and taking radical self-responsibility around our emotions. I offered some support strategies. I shared my story around my own personal journey and struggles that I've had. I also talked about my transformation of my life from trauma, addiction and violence to now walking my true soul path in service to humanity through the priestess work, natural therapies and indigenous shamanic practices I offer. I'm now helping others to find their true soul purpose too. This week we're going to talk about those that are experiencing a lot of anxiety and insomnia right now. I'm going to be offering some practical tools, some tips and support strategies that help to relieve these symptoms that are affecting so many people right now. At the moment, the earth is literally being bombarded with these plasma rays. All these photons and frequencies and light that is coming from the center of the galaxy, which we entered in 2012. So the Mayan calendar was just an indication that we'd arrived at the center of the galaxy. It wasn't what we were told it was, you know, it was in the end of the world and all of that kind of stuff. So some naysayers will tell us that all this radiation, all this plasma rays and so on is really radioactive and it's really bad for us and that it's breaking our cells down and we're being blown apart by this light. While other more esoteric understandings share an entirely other point of view. They say that it's actually transforming our DNA so that we are more consciously aware, more consciously awakened, so that in fact we are more powerfully waking up, which is my understanding. So long-term sufferers can become extremely depressed, you know, particularly when they have day after day cycle of endlessly feeling tired, listless, with all these waves of energy coming through them, and it feels a little bit out of control. And there can be a sense of helplessness around this because there's not really a lot of information out there to support people. So what I'm offering in this broadcast today is some support strategies that help to minimize these symptoms. However, one has to have a willingness to fully participate in this process. It does require commitment, diligence and repetition of certain strategies that will help to implement a good practice. So we're talking about a daily practice as well. The tools I'm going to share with you today are recommended to utilize for a period of 21 days. So the idea is that you don't give up after only a couple of days of trying it and going, right, that didn't work, I'm not doing it again. So the idea is to actually get a routine going, particularly around bedtime and, you know, throughout the day. There are some practices that will help you with your anxiety, particularly breathing, and having some other tools that will support you too. It takes 21 days to form any habit, and it also takes 21 days to break them. So I'm asking for a commitment for 21 days from the individuals who want to journey with us. So one of the first things that I'd like to share around some strategies that will support this is taking deep, regular breaths throughout the day. And what that offers is it actually helps to regulate your nervous system. It detoxifies your organs. It helps to circulate the blood more through all your internal systems. It helps to calm the body, mind and spirit. So, you know, we're much more than just a physical body. So having specific times, say every 30 minutes, perhaps even setting an alarm, that will help to do this, to help to remind you to breathe really consciously. So taking deep belly breaths, so you're literally taking the breath in and you're pulling it down into your belly, so your belly's literally expanding, and then slowly releasing. So you're taking the breath in a lot more quickly than you are releasing it. And doing around about 11 breaths is a really good rule of thumb, and holding for a few seconds. So when you're actually taking it in, three to 5 seconds. That should help immensely. And so go well with that. The other thing that I would like to offer is the use of essential oils and supporting you with your nervous system. So utilizing oils that are really supportive for the nervous system, such as lavender, they're very calming and really help with sleep as well. So we could even use these throughout the day if we're feeling anxious and need to really pull ourselves in, pull those threads back. Chamomile's particularly good. It can be very expensive, but you only need a tiny weeny bit. A little goes a long, long way. And lime is another one that's a really good balancer for everything. Like, it just keeps you alert, it keeps you uplifted, it keeps you also very calm. So this will be a good one for particularly people who are suffering from anxiety. So you don't necessarily want to go to sleep with it. So lavender and chamomile are good for supporting sleep, whereas the lime is much better for during the day. And the other one is mandarin, and particularly combined with lavender and chamomile, that combination, the triune, the lavender, chamomile and mandarin, are fantastic for babies, children, mothers. They don't seem to affect pregnant women as well, so you can use them throughout pregnancy. You can use them on babies as well to help them sleep, and it's really helpful for people who have got anxiety too. And what I suggest people do, and I mean, some of you may already know through the doTERRA essential oil kingdom, which is right out there, and that's something that I'm not offering. I'm not offering that as part of what I do. Pure essential oils are really important, so making sure you've got quality essential oils. And I'm using some other brands, this for demonstration purposes. So you're placing a couple of drops in the palm of your hand, you're rubbing the oil, so it builds a little bit of friction through the warmth of your hand, and then you're cupping it over your nose and taking it up through your olfactory senses, which is this olfactory part of the brain, and it just instantly goes into your brain and has an instant calming effect. Wow, that's powerful. So I've got one here for uplifting, which has got some of the lime. It's got lime in it, it's got bergamot, it's got lemon, grapefruit and orange oil. Nice combo. So that's a balancer. It's really good for people who perhaps are, you know, having a few nervous fluctuations as well. So the bergamot's a really good grounding one too. There are other grounding essential oils, and for those of you who are essential oil practitioners, perhaps you might want to add what your take is of this, because it would be nice to hear from others. And whoa, you know, and then actually putting it through your auric field as well is just a really lovely way of honouring the body. And I'm just placing some on my clothes as well, so I've got this beautiful fragrance happening. Yeah. And so yeah, impacting directly in the brain. Wow, this is instant. If you're applying essential oils directly to the body, which is another option, if you wanted to do some massage with it or massage parts of your body with it, you would need to then place a base oil with the essential oils. So using something such as coconut oil or olive oil if you don't have any coconut, or if you've got access to almond oil. Almond oil is really beautiful to use, and so is jojoba. So being able to use that on the body systems is really lovely as well. Or you can use, this is what I love to do when I'm really tired. I often have a bath, beautiful warm bath, and put Epsom salts in it and put essential oils in it that help me to relax. But if you don't have a bath, you can just get a bucket of water and put Epsom salts in your water, and then put a couple of drops of essential oil in that and soak your feet, so that you're getting all the goodness of these, particularly the magnesium, which is really helpful for nervous system, to help rest and calm the nervous system, and it's good for the heart as well. So it helps calm the heart if you're having little fluctuations, which can happen with all this ramped up energy while we're going through this photon belt. It's a pretty hype time for us as a humanity. And so, yeah, those are supportive tools. There's also the minimization of caffeine before going to bed, and certainly any time after 5 p.m. I don't recommend anybody drinks coffee or tea. If you're going to be drinking tea, that needs to be decaffeinated. And if you really love the taste of coffee, then get some decaf coffee. Or I've got some beautiful roasted dandelion root, which tastes exactly like coffee. It's just got slightly different flavor, but it is absolutely beautiful, and it's really good for your liver as well. So it helps to detox your body while you're experiencing this little coffee flavor. And some brands are better than others, I must say. Reducing the amount of Wi-Fi activity before sleep is always a good idea. And I mean, we're all guilty of this, I'm sure. Not perhaps everybody, but you know, lots of people are. They like to check Facebook or check that email that needs to be seen, or sometimes even watching movies through your computer is what a lot of people are doing, and that can actually really impact on your sleep patterns. It can destabilize your sleep patterns. So yeah, if you really want to be true to this routine, true to this 21-day program, basically, yeah, stopping Wi-Fi activity at least an hour before sleep is recommended. The other thing that I recommend is the theta sleep meditations, and there's a few online. I've got one here at the bottom which I'm going to link. And yeah, I advise those of you who are really having sleep difficulties to start listening to that. Now, it is an 8-hour meditation, and it's just sound frequencies that help you go into that very deep, restful state. And if you're worried about other people being affected by it, you can get the little earbuds, having the Wi-Fi away from you, or pre-recording it. So downloading it as a video or a sound clip, and then utilizing that. Getting enough exercise as well, at least 30 minutes a day. So that could mean just like power walking, or physical work where you're sweating and using your body and actually being really activated, and that will help to just release some of that, discharge that, some of that nervous energy that can build up in the body and into your mental field. Overthinking as well. So meditation is a really good practice, and being able to just come into this calm space where you are just fully present in your body, working with your body's wisdom. Yeah, using breath, using perhaps even a mantra, just having a single word that you're focusing on that will help to support you to go inwards and mine inwards. Remember, this is an inside job. The whole coming into a higher state of resonance is an inside job, and we have to be committed to this if this is what you choose. Remember that once you've mastered the art of getting enough sleep, you will then be able to function more fully and be able to engage in life in a whole new way. Please remember to like my page and tick the little bell for notifications, as I will be offering more useful tips and support strategies in the future to help you further enhance your life so that you can be the best version of you at this extremely powerful time of awakening on this planet. Blessings to you and happy journeying. Ka kite anō.